For your records. I've added possible suicide. I don't have to, or possible recall claim, but I've taken out about 4 or 5 other ones that. We've gotten all the last year or so. I don't know about yeah.
Is it running if I control the space?
Yeah, won't ask.
I'm bringing the mic up there, everybody sees the company up there. What's another one or two?
Good afternoon, Board of Public Works and Safety meeting Thursday, April 17th. First item on the agenda is the minutes of the Board of Works meeting from Thursday, March 17th.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of the March 17th meeting.
I'll second that. Motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Next item, city claims and sewage claims. I'll make a motion, we approve claims as presented.
I'll second.
A motion and a second to approve the claims. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
No old business. Item number 1 under new business, accepting bids for community crossings grant. Appears we have 1 bid.
That bid is from Gaunt and Son Asphalt Inc.
Must be so low they sent 2 people.
Okay. Okay, the bid is, a total of $903,295.95. You want me to break it down by street?
If you do, we'll be here a little bit longer.
Or do you want me just to pass this on down and you can see the breakdown by street? Why don't we do that?
Yeah, let's just do that. I'm pretty sure I know what they are. Is that step from bond to 24?
City limits?
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't we bid that before a couple of years ago?
Yeah. Because we went too far past the,
Yeah.
they do it out.
Okay.
Some advisement. Just
I think we need to accept and approve it.
accept it.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to accept the bid of Gaunt Son.
I'll second. A motion and a second to approve God Son's bid. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Still pretty good. We got, what do we get in that grant? Everyone? The CCMG grant, the latest one. That combines two of them, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think this is under budget.
Yeah. Good deal. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Is plan open yet?
Bring the pickup out tomorrow and we'll get it.
Well, you guys aren't going to Peru this year, so
Yeah.
you can stay close to home.
Yep.
Alright. Item B, City of Wabash social media policy. It's a big document. The basic premise of this is so that our employees and elected officials, we need to put a disclaimer on our personal social media pages that our opinions are not necessarily those of the city of Wabash on your personal pages.
Do you have to do that if you don't comment on social media?
It would,
You,
you probably should, because just in case you might at some
well,
point.
the way it's written, the way the policy is written, as long as you're not making any comment with regard to an issue involving the city, you do not need to have the disclaimer. But if your comment in any way is related to an issue that the city has or involves the city, then yes, the disclaimer needs to be there. So no, if you send a text or an email to your mother inviting her to Easter dinner, no, it doesn't have to have the disclaimer on. But if you say, you can come to the Easter dinner, but by golly, stay off Wabash City streets because they're in lousy situation, terrible upkeep, then you need to have a disclaimer on there saying that that's your personal opinion and not the opinion of the city.
What if all you do is hit like? What if you like things that are on the city page? Is that speech that should be?
If it
So
in
even
any
if
way
you like
involves the
and not
city,
comment.
if it, that is a comment at that point. If you say like, that's a comment. And if you're making a comment on a city issue, you need to have a disclaimer.
Okay.
Is there anything to do about loopholes? When you might have somebody that, tells somebody else to post something that isn't a city employee or associated with the city, but they.
But that city employee makes comments on that person's post
No, I mean,
or likes
If
it.
you tell,
he feeds the information to them and then they post stuff.
If
There's no
you
paper
tell-
trail from him.
if you tell Joe Smith to say something bad about the city and it goes out over Joe Smith's name and not yours, no, it doesn't have to have a comment on it because it's not coming from you
Right, I'm just
as
saying.
far as the rest of
There's
the
nothing
world is
that can be
concerned.
done about situations like that either, correct?
Pardon?
There's
No.
nothing that can be done about situations like that either, correct?
There's nothing we can do to enforce anything against Joe Smith. We could if we find out you're feeding Joe Smith stuff that shouldn't be out there, then you can be disciplined as an employee. But in terms of the social media policy, it's not going to apply if it's going out over Joe Smith's Facebook or.
Tim Hooper's.
Just asking. for-
Are you friends with Joe Smith?
No.
And you don't have to worry.
That's it. I don't post anything on social media.
but we hear about it from those that do.
Oh, yeah.
So. And in light of recent comments made by an elected official, this is very important also.
I'll move to approve.
Very good. I will second that. We have a motion and a second to approve City of Wabash's social media policy. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. I got a feeling this won't solve all the problems, but it's a step in the right direction.
When's the effective date?
Immediately on passage. So we'll make sure,
We get copied.
yeah, it may be a day or two, because my assistant's out at assistant's conference.
And tomorrow's the holiday.
Will that be incorporated into the personnel policy?
We're not working tomorrow. Every day is a holiday when you're the mayor. Yes, it will be. So then when the employees come in, it's part of the personnel policy manual. They sign that they have
Read and
read
understood
and
it.
understand it. The whole policy manual, it'll be covered.
Just another quick question, Doug. The disclaimer needs to go on each comment, or can it go on your page as?
I think it can go on your page, as long as what you send out is gonna have that disclaimer on it.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So each comment has to have, if you were to comment.
If the comments,
I think as long as it's on your, say, Facebook, you've got about information, that's where I put mine.
Okay.
So if I make a comment, they can easily go back to my page and see the about information where it says that. I think we're covered that way. I hope.
yeah, probably. It would not be a bad idea to send it out with each comment, especially if it's, it's gonna be a controversial comment.
Well, I'm not friends with Joe Smith either, so.
But yeah, if it's on the Facebook page,
What about Tim Heimer?
No,
No?
all answers are no.
You're not allowed to plead the fifth. Is there any other business to come before the Board of Works? Questions from the audience? Reports from department heads? Next meeting is Thursday, May 1st. We are adjourned.